Hey y'all, if you out there, say hello. Looks like YouTube is still waiting. Say what up, say what up. Happy hump day. Hi Carol, Chocolates, Paola. I'm getting better at names. What y'all think? Hey Elizabeth, MJ. Listen, I know I got big hair today. I'm mid blowout. As you can see, it's like really big. Um, I tried this blow dryer brush and I just like knew it was gonna get my hair straighter. But it's okay. It's okay. I can do a fro. I always call it a half fro because like my ends get way straighter than my roots. Let's see. Let me say hi to some more people before I go in. Y'all see what mood I'm in, right? That's my mood. And I come bearing receipts today. Okay. I was trying to do it a different way, and that's why I'm a little late, but I'm going to figure it out, champ, because today is all about receipts. I don't have the Washington Post platform, but I'm still going to speak truth to power, y'all. Let me say hi to some more people. Let me see. Hey, Pamplin, Ronner, Debbie, Hope, Outsider, Looking In, David. Yes, I put my red on, Chad. I put my red on today. I felt that would look a little better than the pink with this shirt, with the black and white. Hey, V33, Mikla, Alert and Oriented, Suzanne, Matt, Blessed for Life, Helena, Carol, Shantae, Jahari. I like how Jahari says, hey, cousin Reese. Hey, cousin. I like that. Hey, Tiffany, Marvel. Let's see. Who else we got? I mean, so many people on here. Oh, my gosh. Danielle, Deterp, Lufthansa, Faria. Let's see. Desiree, I think I already said hi. Hey, hubby. My hubby is on. He knows as soon as it's over, I'll be like, did you watch my live? Did you check my live? And he knows I'm going to give him a rundown whether he watches it or not. But I appreciate that he's here. Let's see. Hey, Pam, Courtney. The foolishness is very thick out here. It's thicker than my hair. I couldn't even fit all the foolishness underneath all this. That's how thick the foolishness is, Chapel. We're gonna get to the bottom of it. Hey, hey, I think I said Courtney, Jason, how about God? You know what? You can catch the replay. It's always available on replay. Hey, Sandra, Denise, Selena, Shantae. I'm sure Jason, everybody's saying Jason overstreet my shop today. He's welcome. Jennifer, Aaron, Miss Cardio Queen, Katarina, Emerald, Tia, Cheryl, Golda. Okay. I said hi to everybody. I think, hey, Ken from NJ, just a player in the game. Just a player in the game. Oh, we're going to get to that. I got some clips that I'm going to be playing. I told you I'm bringing receipts, Gia. I told you I'm bringing the receipts today. Jason Johnson out the doghouse on MSNBC. Look at God. Want to do it? All you have to do is attack the black woman and make it out to seem like she's the big bad wolf, and voila, MSNBC says, hey boo, how you doing? Let me go ahead and get you back on the show. They know how to do it, huh? It's hard to not see a conspiracy, child. It's hard not to see a conspiracy. There seems to be a lot of profit and hating on the black woman. What y'all think? Am I imagining shit? Operation Block the Black Woman? I don't think that I am. But let me go ahead. First of all, I have wine. It's happy hour time. Yesterday, you guys might have noticed my energy was a little low. I was feeling a little bit, just had anxiety. And wine helped. And my husband and I played some cards, which helped. I watched Greenleaf and I had a great time recapping it with my girls. And today I woke up and I was like, oh, I guess I gotta drag a bitch today. So, I live for that. I live to drag people to jail. So I'm gonna get ahead and I'm gonna get a little sip of my wine. Get some little wine in my system. If you're out there and you're having a cocktail or some wine, if it's happy hour, cheers. Let me know what you're drinking. David says he's doing a White Claw. Yes, White Claw. That's classy. White Claw is classy. Okay, so let's get into it. So, here's my thing. Washington Post. Oh, Elizabeth says Pinot Grigio. Okay, I'm not going to get distracted. I'm going to get to this statement. Y'all know I be getting distracted easily. So Washington Post had an article today, and it's called Biden Needs a Running Mate Committed to Black Lives. That's Elizabeth Warren. Okay, I'm gonna say my commentary. Representation matters, but did y'all see the title of this broadcast? I said representation matters, but nah, ain't no but. There ain't no but. Y'all keep trying to put a but on there. You know what they say, when you put a but on there, it erases everything you said before that. It ain't no but to representation. Let's just be clear about that. But let me go on ahead and I'll finish reading off this funky ass little subtitle, subline, byline, whatever the fuck it's called. Representation matters, but Warren's work on behalf of Black Americans matters more. What happened to Black Lives Matter? Y'all sound real crazy out in these streets. Representation matters, but my white queen matters even more. That white gaze shit, that's a hell of a drug. I don't do drugs. Crack is whack. I don't do that. I'm not saying that crackheads that wrote that. I'm not saying that. I'm speaking figuratively, okay? Be clear. But crack is whack. And that white gaze crack, quit sniffing it, quit snorting it, quit. What did they have? The little spoon that you just put it into little pieces? Child, whichever. Somebody says I do edibles. Okay, well don't do the white gaze edibles. I need y'all to stop. The white woman's ice is not colder, Jay. I like iced tea. I like a couple of cubes of my iced tea. Listen, I like an old fashioned with a big ass ice cube in it. You know, I went to a steakhouse, supposed to be classy, y'all. It was STK in Atlanta, and I ordered an old fashioned. They gave me an old fashioned with crushed ice. I said, oh, the ghetto. No, you don't put crushed ice in an old fashioned. Guess what? The white woman's ice is not colder. When I have my old fashioned, I don't want a white woman's ice in my old fashioned. I'm like, oh, it would have been fine, but the white woman's ice was in there. No, just give me the right. Give me the right ice. It don't have to be white. White is not right. Okay? So let's start there. I really wonder. I know somebody said crushed ice. The ghetto. I was so upset. I was like, you need to give my motherfucking money back because this cocktail is $17 and you don't even have the right ice. And I didn't say white ice because white ain't right. I'm talking about the right ice. We need the right ice, not the white ice. Not the white is right ice. Okay? I'm sorry. I haven't even gotten to the goddamn article yet. I'm still dragging the motherfucking headline. I'm going to get through this article, though. I'm going to get through this article because it's a trip. But what trips me out the most is the people that speak for us. We have a GG problem. Let me tell you what the GG problem is. Grifters and glorious. Glorious, it's a different kind of problem because the glorious of the world, they do think that white is right. They're looking for that white savior. It takes a white man to be the white man. That's their mentality. They love the white overseers. That's the glorious. But then we have the grifters. The blue chicks. Not all. If it don't apply, let it fly. But we have the grifters. The grifters, they purport to be about black liberation, about black advancement, black power. Rosa Parks, they ain't built like Rosa Parks. And they make an industry, whether it's books or whether it's Patreons, about how black people have been held down by the man, which is true. I'm not disputing that. And they make an industry out of listen to black women. Matter of fact, the writer, as Maya had pointed out, had wrote an article said, oh my gosh. Sorry, I just got a text. Oh my God, it disturbed me. Lord Jesus, Lord Jesus. It's not on topic to this. It's a whole nother shit. But let me just go to this. One of the authors, Angela Peoples, said, don't just thank black women, follow us. That was December of 2017. Girl, what happened? She went viral for holding a sign that said, "What? Don't forget, white women voted for Trump." So I guess now she get an article in the Washington Post. But that's why I don't trust y'all, because you sit up there and you have the energy. Don't just thank black women, follow us. Except for when it's time to get a VP, then let's go with the white woman. Child, that don't make fucking sense. Do y'all see a disconnect there, or is it just me? Come on. Somebody let me know if I'm the only motherfucker seeing a disconnect out here. Why is it that there's an industry of black women, an industry of black men, but particularly black women that talk about listen to black women, vote for black women, vote like black women, but then you turn around and you shit on the black woman? Child, what would the fuck would it look like for me if I had black woman views and I'm sitting up here going for Miss Millie? If I was Millie rocking for Miss Millie. I'm Millie Rock on any block. Y'all would call me a coon, right? I'm not calling them a coon. I'm just saying that's what y'all would do, right? If I was Millie rocking and tap dancing for Miss Millie, woo, y'all would fry my ass up. All I'm saying is I don't understand how y'all sit up there and talk about and preach about it. Give me your anti-racism classes. Give me your Patreon money. Give me your paperclip money. And then turn around and motherfucking Millie rock for Miss Millie. Tap dance for Miss Millie. It don't make sense. It don't add up. It's the white math that I've been telling y'all about. It's the white math. Hello? Woo, child. Okay, I haven't even gotten to the article yet. Okay, I'm about to get to it. I see y'all comments. Y'all frying motherfuckers up too. Please keep that energy. I love it. I was gonna mind my business today, but you know what? It ain't fair. It ain't fair because the black women don't have people to write articles for them in Washington Post. Not really. Not like this. Every now and again, you have a George Will or some white person that want to sit up there and have this black woman, not that black woman energy. It ain't really about the black people advancing the blacks. It's really about divide and conquer, but that's okay. We're going to get to this article. There were several things in this article that I just thought was pathetic. It's pathetic. Let me read through it. So this is where they start to throw a little bit of shade. This is the only time black women are mentioned in an article about black lives. Oh my God. The former vice president, presumptive Democratic presidential nominee, has committed to picking a woman as his running mate. Against the backdrop of the growing movement for black liberation, he's been encouraged to select a potential governing partner from a list of qualified black women. That includes Senator Kamala Harris, Representative Val Deming, sitting members of Congress with backgrounds in law enforcement, and Susan Rice, a former national security advisor and U.S. ambassador to the United Nations. Okay, so they have backgrounds in law enforcement. They have backgrounds in criminal justice reform if we're talking about Kamala Harris. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Elizabeth Warren has a background in bankruptcy law. She has a background as a professor. She has a background of being a Republican since she was 47 years old. And she moved to Boston and she wanted to fit in with the elites. Are we talking about that background? As her friend said, a staunch Republican. Are we talking about that or not? Okay. Kamala Harris has a distinguished background in law enforcement. She was the first. Come on. I need the camera to zoom. It's a focus, child. I know this is a lot of hair, child. Anyway. Ooh, hold on. I've been fucking up. Let me put my logo on. Hold up. Okay. I got it. But anyway, that's the extent of the mention of it. Okay, you ain't gonna mention none of the other black women. Okay, they done dangled about 6 black women. They don't deserve a mention, though. We just gonna ignore them. See how your own people do, child? See how your own people do. Okay, let me see. Come on. Focus. I can't focus if I'm blurry. I know y'all looking at me like, what the fuck? Anyways. Oh, somebody said EW is a former person of color, so I guess that's good enough for them. Y'all don't want to talk about that though, do you? Yeah. Let me see. Let me try some. Come on. Come back. Come back. Okay, I got some. I'm back. I'm not blurry anymore, yeah. The devil is busy today, huh? Making my fucking camera all blurry. Okay, but let me get back to this article. That's the only mention of the blacks in this article. But what I really wanted to talk... Oh, is it picking up my fingerprints? I don't see it. I think it was just blurry. I really want to talk about these so-called receipts, because these receipts are pathetic. But this is what they say. But if Biden is committed to choosing a running mate who consistently challenges the status quo on behalf of working people, particularly in the black community, who offers detailed policy prescriptions to remake our economy and strengthen our democracy, who has clearly articulated the centrality of race, gender, and class in the persistence of structural inequality, his choice doesn't automatically have to be black. And the potential candidate who obviously meets the standard isn't black. It's Elizabeth Warren. Woo, child. Okay, let me just deconstruct some key lines in here. Notice every single thing in there is around rhetoric. It's around talking. It's about hitting the right bullet points. It's about a PDF. And it's an exaggeration. It's a blatant, gross exaggeration, if you ask me. But I'm going to deconstruct some things, okay? Let me take it point by point. Challenging the status quo on behalf of working people, particularly in the black community. How? That's a question. And then it says, offer detailed policy prescriptions to remake our economy and strengthen our democracy. That's called PDFs, chill. Everybody has PDFs. I don't know why Elizabeth Warren's PDFs are so fucking fabulous to these black blue chicks, to the intelligentsia. That white woman's ice is colder to them. I don't understand why they're so impressed by PDFs, child. Like I said, y'all too fucking easily impressed for my taste. I don't want to see no goddamn PDFs and you've been a motherfucking senator for 7 years. You 71 years old. Now you got his PDFs. Who has clearly articulated the centrality of race, gender, and class and the persistence of structural inequality. Articulate it. Oh, she's talked about it. She can articulate. Well, shit, anybody can articulate anything if you put a motherfucking PDF in front of them. Here's your speech, Elizabeth. Go in here and let's talk about black washerwoman in the early 1900s in front of a bunch of black people, and it's gonna be a hit. Can she read? Is that an accomplishment to be able to read? She's articulate. She speaks so well. She speaks so well about black issues. She speaks so well. It's a black motherfucker writing this shit down on a piece of paper for her, but she speaks so well. She regurgitates it well. Y'all too easily impressed, child. You too easily motherfucking impressed. That's it. She's articulated. She has PDFs. And she challenges. No evidence of accomplishment in that statement. But that makes her better than a black woman. Bitch, where? Where? But okay, that's fine. Let me continue. Because I've been asking for these receipts. And I have to say, God, these are the receipts? This is the best case y'all can make? That's impressive? Let's go through it. In September 2015, nearly 5 years before Floyd, we can count, was killed, Senator Warren spoke passionately. None of us can ignore, we should do her huffing and puffing. None of us can ignore what is happening in this country. Not when our black friends, family, neighbors literally are fear dying on the streets. She said, this reality all of us must confront, as uncomfortable and ugly as that reality may be. It comes to us to once again affirm that Black Lives Matter, that that black citizens matter, that black families matter. Somebody get Elizabeth Warren the NAACP Image Award. That is a performance, child. She sat up there and gave a passage and a speech in 2015, and she said Black Lives Matter. Ooh, child, do y'all feel seen? Do you feel seen? Do you feel, you was smart, you was important, you was special? Because Elizabeth Warren 5 motherfucking years ago said Black Lives Matter. Y'all easily impressed. Y'all are very easily impressed. That's it. That's one of your receipts. A speech in 2015 that somebody probably wrote. Y'all easily impressed. Oh my God, you so easily impressed with white women. You're not impressed with black women like that, child. If a black woman said Black Lives Matter, you would be like, oh, okay, well, you know, she's supposed to say that. But when a white woman says, oh my God, I'm fainting. Really? That's all it takes for y'all? Oh my God, that's embarrassing. I wouldn't even admit that shit. Today she marches with protesters with her dog Bailey. Ooh, that's quite a march, huh? Well, people like her dog. Her dog is a celebrity in and of herself, so that's why she brought her dog to the protest. Yeah, y'all goofy. Being anti-racist means fighting for anti-racist public policy. She continued to insist. Being race neutral just won't work. Well, golly, that's deep. That's real deep, Elizabeth. You should 100% be the queen of the blacks based off of that. Before, this is where it really starts to get really fucking pathetic to me. Before she was an elected official, Warren had established a track record of speaking. I'm just going to pause on that. Somebody said, what does my shirt say? No, because that's my attitude for motherfuckers acting like we need a white savior. That's my attitude for motherfuckers sitting up here trying to pass off Miss Millie like the great white motherfucking hope. Like the Rosa Parks of the motherfucking presidential campaign. I'm just confused. I ain't going for it. If everybody else going for it, guess what? I ain't going for the shit. Nah. Hell motherfucking nah. Matter of fact, nah. Reese Colbert 2000 motherfucking 20. I'm gonna put that on the shirt. I ain't going for the shit. Period. But anyways, let me get back to this article, JL. Warren had established a track record of speaking because she speaks so well. Yeah, they use that to black people. He speaks so well. Remember Chris Rock was a Bring the Pain talking about how white people used to compliment Colin Powell. He speaks so well. He's so well spoken. That's how y'all sound. Hello. Anyway, I'm going to keep saying this. Warren had established a track record of speaking. Woo! She was speaking all that. Speak, girl, preach. That's a sermon message. Inconvenient truths about racism and taking on the fights that matter. She didn't take on the fight. She just spoke about taking it on. Okay. She identified the factors that keep working families in cycles of economic insecurity and the specific role that racism plays in trapping black and brown communities. Wow. In 2004 Law Review article, there's a link here, on the economics of race, she explained the economic security that comes with the arrival in the middle class is divided by race, leaving Hispanic and black families at far more risk than their white counterparts. Wow! Elizabeth, I would have known. I had no idea. Oh my God. I can't believe how much she's been fighting for us blacks. She wrote a Law Review article. Oh my God. I feel freer already, child. I feel liberated. Warren is on the job. It's just an article, but she's on the job. Y'all funny. Y'all too easily impressed. Okay, but that's fine. Okay, so she wrote an article. Congratulations. In the popular book, she authored with her daughter the two income trap, why middle class mothers and fathers are going broke. Warren laid out her view that subprime lending, payday loans, and the host of predatory high interest loan products that target minority neighborhoods should be called by their true names. Legally sanctioned corporate plans to steal from minorities. Minorities? Did she say black? Did y'all see black there? I didn't say black. Did they have a black passage? She laid out her view. Was that something revolutionary? A black family could have told you that shit without a goddamn book. You didn't have to buy a book to know that. But okay, she said minorities. Child, you know how many times my mom had to go to get the payday check loan? That's motherfucking black people's experiences. We don't need Elizabeth Warren book to tell you the fucking obvious. Captain Obvious, reporting for duty. What was the impact of her book, though? What was the impact of her article? It doesn't say. She had a leading role in founding the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which in its relatively short tenure has pursued a series of enforcement actions against institutions that have discriminated against black and brown borrowers. Well, shit, every institution discriminates against black and brown borrowers. Hello? It ain't hard to go out to an institution and have that be the case. As a presidential candidate, Warren's working agenda for Black America outlined a student loan debt cancellation plan with the goal of reducing the black-white racial gap by 25%. Okay. Well, Kamala Harris's plan called by reducing it by 30% through home ownership. Ooh, plot twist. That ain't get an honorable mention on this one. 25% lower than 30%. That's white math, though. She called for tackling the deplorable black maternal mortality rate by rewarding systems that keep black mothers healthier. That's not exactly what had happened. She was actually trying to penalize systems, usually systems that are already underfunded, by taking away their funding. But black maternal mortality, this is one of my pet peeves, Chad. It's one of my pet peeves. I can't fucking stand it. When they sit up here and try to use black maternal mortality, an issue that Elizabeth Warren couldn't give two flying fucks about prior to running for office. Okay? And I'm going to demonstrate some proof here. Okay? Now, let's just be clear. Let me start off by saying this. I don't speak for Kamala Harris, okay? I don't work for her. I don't answer to her. I don't speak for her. I speak for my fucking self. But I'm going to talk about the fact that Kamala Harris, Senator Kamala Harris, was the first senator to ever introduce legislation specifically to tackle the black maternal health crisis. Okay? I'm going to pull it up. This is my first receipts. Here we go. You're not going to see me. You're going to see my screen. All right. Y'all can see that? This is the first ever bill to specifically tackle black maternal mortality. It's called the Maternal Care Act. Okay? Now, this is a bill that specifically tackles the black maternal mortality crisis. Okay, here's the text. Eliminate racial disparities. Got it? Let's go to the word black. Woo, black. You see how many times black come up in here? Black women are 3 to 4 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes than white women. Black women's risk of maternal mortality has remained higher than white women. And so on and so forth and so on and so forth. Okay? It provides implicit bias training. The Pregnancy Medical Home Demonstration Project, which was actually modeled off of a successful North Carolina project. This is something that Senator Kamala Harris worked with the Black Moms Matters Alliance. She worked with experts in this field, particularly as it relates to black maternal mortality. Now, this was introduced August 2018. Let's go to the co-sponsors. Let me do Control F. Warren. Oh, you see that red? She not there. But I'm going to go ahead and for your own edification, I'm going to go on ahead and scroll down and say, we had Kristen Gillibrand. Kristen is an ally. I wouldn't be dragging y'all motherfuckers if y'all was sitting up there talking about Kristen Gillibrand. I promise. Kristen Gillibrand, Ben Cardin, Senator Ron Wyden, Richard Blumenthal, Bill Nelson, Doug Jones, Jeff Merkley, Tammy Duckworth, Thomas Carper, Sherrod Brown, Tammy Baldwin, Mazie Hirono, Debbie Stabenow, Chris Van Hollen, Tim Kaine, Robert Casey, Cory Booker, even Bernie Sanders. Wow. Isn't that interesting? The champion of Black maternal mortality, Elizabeth Warren, didn't even sponsor the first ever Black maternal mortality bill in the Senate, which, by the way, came 5 years after she became a senator. That's your queen. 18 senators. No, Elizabeth Warren. She didn't give a fuck about Black mothers dying enough. I won't say at all because that might be harsh. Enough to sponsor a bill that actually tackles this crisis. 18 other people did. No, Elizabeth Warren. That's why I'd be really fucking aggravated when y'all want to sit up there and make it seem like Elizabeth Warren is our white queen when she didn't give a fuck about it. If she did, where's the evidence? Did she introduce the Black maternal mortality bill? No. Matter of fact, she didn't give a fuck. Let me not say give a fuck. Okay, let me phrase it differently. She did not act. I'll say that. I could talk about action. She did not act on maternal mortality, period. I've looked into this because it's an issue that's very important to me. Okay? She didn't even act on it at all. When Kristen Gillibrand had the Moms Act, it's a lot of different acts that have come out. She didn't even sign on to any of them. Now, during the campaign, what was interesting is all of a sudden in June, she started signing on to all this shit that was being introduced. Isn't that interesting? But the Black blue checks loved Elizabeth Warren for. Oh my God, Elizabeth Warren cares about Black mothers. Because she got on the people and gave a fucking speech. Because somebody put some bullshit on some fucking notepads and she regurgitated the shit. But when the motherfucking rubber hit the road, she was M.I. motherfucking A. That's your queen? It's very interesting how this year the Black Momnibus bill came out. She wasn't on stage. Joe Kennedy was. He's from Massachusetts. He was up on there. It wasn't like it was just a black thing. It was the white people on there. She was nowhere to be found. And then you turn around. Black Maternal Health Week. She didn't say one word about it. I looked. I was on her ass. I was looking for it. She didn't say anything about it. She didn't really care. I'm like, oh my God, but this is everybody's white queen who cares so much about Black mamas dying. But in Black Maternal Health Week, she didn't say shit about it. That's weird. That's very weird. Okay, let me get back to this article. Okay, along with several of her, she proposed the creation of a small business equity fund with $7 billion to provide grants to entrepreneurs of color. That's great. That's a PDF. Everybody had PDFs. I don't know why she gets special extra credit. She gets a star, double star. She gets a gold star. You remember when you was in grad school and you got a little gold star? You was happy, like, oh my God, I got a little gold star. I don't know why she gets so many goddamn gold stars for her PDF share. Because, I mean, a lot of people proposed small business plan. Pete had his Douglas plan. Kamala Harris, she was, I guess because Kamala was black, she said, I don't need to come up with a name. I don't need to come up with a shtick for it. But Kamala Harris had a motherfucking black agenda. She had all this shit that y'all motherfuckers talking about. Anyways, so Senator Warren introduced a bill calling for the Center for Disease Control and Prevention to publish data on COVID-19 testing, treatment outcomes disaggregated by race, ethnicity, socioeconomic, and other demographic characteristics. Great. But here's the thing. Senator Kamala Harris did more than call for data to be published. She has a bill called the Racial and Ethnic Disparities Task Force. Ooh. And it actually involves FEMA doing something with the data. You know, like directing resources such as PPE, ventilators, testing vaccines when eventually that happens. That's specifically to tackle racial and ethnic disparities. It's a task force. It's not just, oh, let's collect data. Let's collect data and let's just sit up there and look at each other. No, it was actually actionable. But, you know, Elizabeth Warren, her white ice is colder. And today, Senator Kamala Harris, matter of fact, actually introduced a $200 million anti-racism plan to combat racial disparities in the medical field. You know she's been a champion of that. I've just demonstrated that when it comes to her Maternal Care Act. But we've seen that the same issues present that lead to medical disparities for Black mothers is the same issues that lead to disparities for Black people across the board and Latinos. Let's be clear about that. Because Latinos actually have the worst disparities in terms of COVID-19. It's absolutely appalling and terrifying the way that the Latino community has been ravaged, even more so than the Black community by this. And Senator Kamala Harris and the Native American community too, let's be clear about that. Senator Kamala Harris has paid attention to, has brought solutions for all of these communities. Be very clear about that. All right, so she proposed legislation on that. But you know it's she's not white, so she doesn't get credit from the black blue checks on it. That be Bird Box, child. Let's see. Let's go back to this article. On Tuesday, Warren and Rep. Ayanna Pressley sent a letter to HHS Secretary reporting on the administration's efforts to address health disparities, including those affected by COVID-19. The Trump administration's lack of planning for the pandemic and economic response. Let me see. This sounds familiar. Okay. All right, that's cool. That's what's up. So she sends a letter. She the only one sending letters, though. That's there gets extra credit. We've been on that. Kamala Harris has sent all kinds of letters. I can pull them up. Here's the rub, though. When no politician is perfect, we haven't always agreed with Warren's positions or politics. When Black woman Ford challenged the language she used to describe people serving life sentences, she responded by meeting with Black woman activists and apologizing and updating her policy plans. Oh my God. She met with the Blacks. She's such an ally. She met with us. She humored you, Blackies. Hey, Elizabeth, I don't fucking appreciate how you were talking about us Black people. I don't appreciate how you were talking about us, about people who were serving life sentences. You need to have a meeting with us and make us feel good so we could go out and shield for you and tap dance with Miss Belly. Y'all, that's an accomplishment. She had a meeting with a Black woman and she changed some language in her PDF. Oh my God. That's so remarkable to me. How I've never met such an ally before. A person that will go change some wording in their PDF that was worded by somebody who ain't got shit to do with goddamn motherfucking Elizabeth Warren. She's not writing those PDFs, child. But she... Y'all be so excited to meet with Elizabeth Warren? For why? Why are y'all so excited about it? I would like to know. I've seen her in person. I didn't find her that compelling. I wouldn't be all excited, yeah. She wouldn't want to meet with me because I done dragged her ass too much. I know what gets under her skin, so at least her campaign. Let me take a sip of wine on that. Like I said, the GGs, the grifters, and the glorious. That's what gets to me with Elizabeth Warren. She don't have no aside from Ayanna Pressley, she don't really have no alliances with black elected officials, even though she's been a senator for 7 years. Isn't that weird? Did you guys remember that article when she was trying to do something? Remember, it was about how she was trying to get involved on the COVID response. She doesn't have a relationship with Nancy Pelosi, so she ended up calling up some junior congressman. What was his name? Was it Negus? Joe Negus? And it's no shade to him. And she was trying to feed information to him. Yeah. Anyway, that's fine. Let me get back to this article. This is what it's really about. Black Women For, by the way, is an organization that was started by a bunch of black women who got in a room with Elizabeth Warren. And she humored them. It was in Philadelphia. I saw this shit happening. And I said, okay, so these are the black women that I've noticed have been trashing Kamala Harris. And so they all got in a room. I guess their reward was getting in a room with Elizabeth Warren in Philadelphia. I think it was at the Netroots convention or something like that. And then a couple of weeks later, or a month or two later, this Black Women For Twitter account is established. And by and large, isn't it amazing how the people in Black Women For are all people that were in a room with with Elizabeth Warren weeks before? And so they purport to be this neutral black woman organization, when in reality, they started from a meeting with Elizabeth Warren. Catch that thing. But that's who people go for. They don't go to Higher Heights, a black woman organization that had been long established. They go with an organization that popped up on motherfucking Twitter in goddamn June or July of 2019 for the purposes of supporting Elizabeth Warren. Y'all weird. They don't speak for me. I don't give a fuck if you have 100 black women for, 200 black women for. You ain't for me, sis. You don't speak for me. And I'm sure I don't speak for you, and that's fine. But don't sit up here and motherfucking act like you ain't what you are. Because you was established just to sit up there and support Elizabeth Warren. Either that or it's a motherfucking remarkable goddamn coincidence. But I recall, I keep an eye on shit, Chad. My discernment, my motherfucking antennas go off. Warren's willingness to, let's see. Oh, here we go again. But she has demonstrated what is possible when politicians commit to working with social movements to achieve our shared goals. One lesser known example, Warren listened to black farmers and amended her agricultural policy to address their concerns. Oh, isn't that nice? She met with the blackies. She met with them. So you mean to tell me that Warren keep not getting the shit right for the first time, so she got to meet with some black motherfuckers to get the shit right the second time? Yeah. That's what the grifting is about, because y'all think y'all gonna be sitting up here getting called on to be Elizabeth Warren's blackies to help out. Oh my God. I'm not gonna finish reading through this whole thing. Oh, I'm almost at that. Okay, so I'm gonna finish reading it. Okay, let me see. Warren's willingness and ability to listen and respond have earned her the respect of many black leaders and thinkers. They mean the black intelligentsia and the blue chicks. Here we go again with this shit. After Ta-Nehisi Coates penned the acclaimed essay, The Case for Reparations, Warren reached out to Coates to discuss his work. Have a discussion. Have y'all heard anything outside of discussions? Listening, you're listening, and you're talking. You're listening, and you're talking. Oh my God. We're going to solve all our problems because Elizabeth Warren is fucking listening. Y'all are fucking weird that y'all are so impressed by this. This is not impressive. I haven't heard one thing I'm impressed by yet. She listens. She discusses. She listens. She updates her PDFs. Ain't nobody named no motherfucking legislation check except for that one data bill. Oh, collect some data. Okay, that's great. The case, okay. In an interview last year, Coates expressed his view that of the 2020 presidential candidates, Warren was the most serious about reparations. Well, that's interesting that she's the most serious about reparations. This is where the black blue chicks, they're not data-based people, right? They can't be. They're whoever the fuck is in my face kissing my black ass, blowing smoke up my ass. Whoever got a blow, Y'all like smoke up your ass? I don't. I don't need smoke up my ass. A bidet is nice, but I don't need smoke up my ass. I don't know why the fuck y'all so impressed, yeah. But I do think it's interesting that he would say that that Elizabeth Warren is the most serious out of all of the candidates about it. That's weird. That's something that you would think you could actually actually prove. Well, let me go to my receipts once again. Let me go to it. Here we go. This is the bill. And so Ta-Nehisi Coates, I've seen these receipts before. Right? Ta-Nehisi Coates says that Elizabeth Warren is open to reparations and she's open to supporting reparations. And the HR 40 Commission. The HR 40 Commission. Well, the HR 40 Commission was introduced into legislation. Who is this? Doesn't that say Cory Booker? Cory Booker. Where the fuck is Elizabeth Warren at? She's a co-sponsor. I'll give her that. But goddamn. She been in the motherfucking Senate since 2013. She ain't sponsored. But I thought she was the most serious. Well, where's the evidence for that? Ta-Nehisi Coates? Somebody let me know. Oh, but Cory Booker didn't have a conversation with you, Ta-Nehisi Coates, so now he ain't as serious about it? Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Y'all so easily impressed. Throughout the campaign, she prioritized building relationships with Black women leaders by incorporating their demands into her platform, earning the support of activists such as LaTosha Brown of Black Voters Matter and Black Lives Matter co-founder Alicia Garza. Well, she prioritized building relationships with Black blue checks and intelligentsia because she didn't actually have a relationship with Black lawmakers anywhere, really. And so she's like, okay, well, these are people that I can just quickly cultivate a relationship with. You know, all I have to do is give them VIP access to one of my posts. We can have tea at my condo in DC. And boom, we're the Blacks. They got my back. Or let's have a little gathering at in Philadelphia at a convention that I'm already going to be at anyway. Let me carve out an hour for you Blackies. And that I'm going to listen to you and I'm going to humor you. And then I'm going to be like, you Black woman, you're so good. We should listen to Black woman. Y'all easily impressed. But that's fine. She incorporated their demands into her platform. Why does her platform have to have the Blacks come in and fix it for her? That's weird. That's weird. She can't get none of her shit right. That's what y'all telling me. You telling me she can't get none of her shit right without some Blackies coming along. And that's why you really like her. That's where the grift comes in. But guess what? People don't have grifters in their administration. Because, you know, there are actually a lot of talented people that work on the Hill. There's some people be like, you know, Risa, you should go work for the administration. I don't have those skills. I don't have that talent. It's a pipeline of talented people, brilliant people that will definitely get ahead behind my Black ass. Just because I have followers on Twitter don't mean I'm equipped to be one of the most qualified to work on the Hill. I know people that work on the Hill. They're very exceptional people, very impressive people. So all you motherfuckers that think because Elizabeth Warren humored you during the campaign, you're going to get some kind of gig in her White House. You're delusional. You're delusional. It's not going to happen for you. Speaking of which, I'm going to say that. I'm going to get through this article and then I'm going to get through my last bit of receipts. Elizabeth says, remember how she couldn't list Black folks in her cabinet? She couldn't think of anyone except Harrison Rice. She don't even know Black people like that. How the fuck to ask her? Angela Rice said, can you name 3 Black people that you would put in your cabinet? She couldn't name nobody. Ayanna Pressley sitting over there like, she couldn't even name Ayanna Pressley. That was weird. You can't find nothing for Ayanna to do. Ayanna's very talented. She couldn't name none. If you've been in fucking the Senate, if you've been on the Hill For 7 years, you ain't met nary a black person. 5 of those, or how many of those years? Let me see. 4 of those years, 3 to 4 of those years, there was a black administration. It was a Democratic administration. You can't think of no blackies to list off? That's pathetic, Elizabeth. That's your white queen now. Let's see. In the midst of this historic uprising that has many calling for a complete overhaul of the criminal legal system, it speaks volumes that Warren's political career isn't tied to the Jim Crow system of mass incarceration, and her plan to reform it was one of the strongest in the Democratic Party. Now, do y'all recall she had done this town hall or this listening session? She had listening sessions with people who are ex offenders. Let me say that. And they were asking her stuff. And do you know her answers to the shit was, oh, we're going to build housing? Yeah, that was her answer for everything. She had no fucking idea about nothing when it comes to criminal justice. Nothing. She just said, oh, I'm going to invest in 3 million or however many million new units, housing units. Okay, but then when a white man asked her that same question, or asked her a question about his son who was autistic and how he was going to fare in the world, she said, well, we're going to build 3 million houses. So what is it? Is it 3 million houses to help autistic sons, or is it 3 million houses to help ex-offenders? She didn't know shit about the fact, like, for instance, with Kamala Harris says, she didn't know shit about Kamala Harris. She introduced legislation to end the one strike rule, where anybody in that house or the whole house can be evicted if an offender in that household has a conviction. This comes as it relates to public housing. That's something that actually helps reduce recidivism. Does Elizabeth Warren know about recidivism? I've never even heard her say the word recidivism. I don't think she even knows what the fuck recidivism is. But she don't know shit about fucking criminal justice reform. Yeah, y'all sound ridiculous. And it speaks volume that her career isn't tied to the Jim Crow system of mass incarceration. Well, that's interesting. So what they're trying to sit up there and say is, well, she wasn't a prosecutor like the blackies in the office. Okay, well, here's the thing. Now, it's going to be said in a couple sentences, Philip Agnew, he said, well, we supported different people. Okay, well, Phil supported Bernie Sanders, who voted for the crime bill. The crime bill was a bill that increased mass incarceration, but that's not disqualifying for Phil's support of the crime of Bernie Sanders. Okay, that's fine. But do y'all actually believe that the crime bill passed in 1994? We know that Elizabeth Warren was a Republican in 1994. And according to her friend, she was a staunch Republican. She tried to lie now, like, oh, I don't know. I wasn't really that political. I didn't really think about it. Girl, you know better. You know we're not stupid like you think we're. You know, you think blacks is dumb and slow track, but we not. Do y'all think that Elizabeth Warren, if she were in Senate, she just got to the Senate chair? I don't know, my hair keeps getting bigger and bigger. Y'all think she wouldn't have voted for the crime bill in 1994 when she was a staunch Republican? Y'all funny. Y'all like to rewrite history. That don't make sense to me. I'm trying to figure out where this abolitionist Elizabeth Warren came from. I haven't seen her be an abolitionist. I haven't seen her even suggest it. So, fuck is y'all talking about? But you know, it tracks that a group of people that believe that a white savior is what we need in terms of the VP thinks that we should have white overseers in the criminal justice system. It should just be, it's 94% white, 75% male. That's how it should be. Let's just have the white people lock our black asses up. Let's not have a black person like Senator Kamala Harris, who at the DA created the Back on Track program to help get black and Latino people out of jail who were facing drug sale charges and get them jobs and get them parenting classes, get them health care, help them finish their schooling. We don't want a black motherfucker like that. Let's just have these white motherfuckers continue to lock our black asses up. That's a perfect fucking solution. When we have an 8-year-old black child that's murdered, we have a 1-year-old black child that's murdered, and a 12-year-old and a 14-year-old just in the past 7 days wounded by gun violence. We don't want a black person who's going to take these cases seriously and get justice. Justice for Toyin. Justice for a 1-year-old child killed. Justice for an 8-year-old child killed. And so on and so forth. We don't care about that. Because we're fucking abolitionists, right? Lawlessness. But even if that were the case, Elizabeth Warren has never, ever, ever been about letting black people out of jail. That's never been her platform. Anyways, let me finish this off. And I have a few more receipts. Her latest legislative victory, getting Senate Republicans to stand up to President Trump by approving her measure requiring the military red bases of Confederate names, is another example of her commitment to challenging racism and her ability to get things done. Oh, that was all Elizabeth, right? Okay. It was just her and her alone. Okay, that's fine. We supported different candidates in the primary. Warren and Angela and her organization endorsed Warren. No shit. And Philip was a national surrogate and later senior advisor for Bernie Sanders. We are both part of the movement for black liberation with a white savior. Oh my God. We are black liberation people, both caping for white septuagenarians. And I should fucking take anything that you say seriously? Y'all shouldn't even use the term black liberation in there. I'm sorry. That's okay. That's what you want to say. That's fine. I believe it. I believe that y'all really believe that y'all about black liberation. But just with white overseers. So that's the asterisk. Black liberation, white overseers. That should be on a t-shirt. Black liberation, white overseers. That would be like this. Black liberation, we love our white overseers. We love our white saviors. Her record, okay, let me see. Okay. We are both part of the movement for black liberation that is shaping the consciousness of a generation. What consciousness? Y'all not shaping my consciousness, Chad. I'm rejecting you. I rebuke you. And we are convinced that only elected servants with people-centered vision will compel our movement to fight at the polls the way we have in the streets. Okay. Not only will Warren's commitment to racial equity in challenging oppressive systems register with a rising generation of voters, really because she lost 19 out of 19 states. Did y'all recall that? What state did Elizabeth Warren win? Who did it register with? $141 million. She lost 19 out of 19 states. She never placed above third, even in her home state. In South Carolina, she was in 5th place. She got 5% of the black vote. But again, like I said, they're not doing evidence-based stuff. It's who you like. You like Elizabeth, so that means she's going to register. But she didn't register at the polls. She lost every race she lost. So that don't even sound right. Her record shows that if she becomes vice president, she will remain committed to an agenda that lifts the experience and leadership of the most marginalized. Okay. Lifts the leadership of those most marginalized. So don't you guys kind of think that there would be evidence of her lifting the leadership of those most marginalized? Kind of like in her own Senate office. That would be a good starting place, right? That's completely in your domain. Let's go take a look. Here we go with more receipts. Let me pull it up. Okay, I need to get... Hold on one second. I'm trying to get to 2020. Here we go. Okay. Here we go, receipts again. So, let me rewind. What did I say? What did they say? Her record shows that if she becomes vice president, she will remain committed to an agenda that lifts the experience and leadership of the most marginalized. Well, there should be evidence of that. I've already stated a couple of times about how Elizabeth Warren replaced her black chief of staff, her black woman chief of staff, with a white man after her campaign was over, just 2 weeks after it. How she demoted her acting black legislative director to education. I've already said that, but y'all motherfuckers are buying bridges over the Sahara Desert, believing that that was voluntary. Because black women quit their job in the middle of a pandemic without something else lined up, especially a high-powered job like working for a U.S. senator. That makes perfect sense. So I don't believe her on that. Her leadership already, she already fucking up there. But let's go on ahead. Let's talk about statistics. I'm a data girl. Elizabeth Warren likes data too. I don't know why none of her blue checks like data, but she likes data. So let's go on ahead and let's do some data. All right. So this is the 2020. Is this 2020 right here? Okay, no. Let me start by 2020. All right. Diversity among U.S. Senate Democratic staff on June 30th, 2020. Okay. Now you see here, percent of staff who identify as non-Caucasian. Let's go down. It's in alphabetical order. 42%. Interesting. 9% Latino, 16% black. Okay, this is 2020. Now, 2019. 48% non-white, 11% Latino, 24% black. Y'all see that? So somebody explain to me why the champion of the blacks, the Rosa Parks of the Senate, went from, again, 2020, when she was running, she had 24% black staffers. After the campaign is over, bye blackies. Don't need your black ass no more. Chill. 8%. You dropped 8%. Did I do my math? Let me do that. I know I'm an economics person. Let me do that. That's 8%. 24 minus 16 is 8%. 8% drop in the blacks. We know 2 of them. Well, we know 1. Her chief of staff. Okay. Her black woman chief of staff. You know the one that she got all these rave reviews for appointing in the Black Enterprise. And oh my gosh, she has a black woman chief of staff. Look at how historic it is. Look at how wonderful that is. But then once the election was over, after she lost 1919 races, then all of a sudden, oh my God. She don't need your black ass no more. 8% of you blacks gotta go. Bye, bitches. 24%, 2019, 16%. That's going the wrong motherfucking way. George Floyd, that was in May. In June, she got less black people. June 2020 than she did June 2019 during her campaign. That sounds opportunistic to me. That does not sound like somebody who's going to champion black leaders. Diversity overall. Here's another little nugget, though. Because it's not enough to just say, okay, what did she do before, during and after. Let's talk about what happened before. What happened? 2018. I'm going to pull it up. Here we go. With the receipts. 2018. Let me go down. Warren. Remember the categories. 36%! 36%! Child. That's pathetic. But this is going to be a person who's going to champion us. So she had 20% blacks before the campaign. Then she went up to 20. Let me go. Sorry. Hold on. 24%. So she increased by 4%. But then she said, no, bitch, you black motherfuckers got to go. Cleaning house. I got 5% of the black vote in South Carolina. I'm done with you black motherfuckers. But that's your white queen. That's what's going to bring us to the promised land. Give us free. Give us free. Is it possible the chief of staff quit because of black staff reductions? No. What the fuck? She got a job. Oh, you black motherfuckers losing a job. I'm gonna quit too. No, that ain't how that works. You do not quit a high-powered chief of staff position for a senator that you've been on the job for a year and some change unless you're telling me that it's a very toxic environment or she has a very, very lucrative job lined up. That ain't what happened. But at the end of the day, okay, so where's your pipeline of blacks? Because everybody, oh, Elizabeth Warren had all these black people during the campaign. Okay, well, she can't hire none of them. She brought her campaign people on to her Senate staff. You gonna bring none of these black motherfuckers to your campaign? How the hell you go from 24% blacks down to 16% blacks, but that's who's gonna lead us to the black ass promised land? I'm saying let's look at the data. Let's look at the numbers. What do they say? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Numbers don't lie, Jay. She ain't for us, sis. Bro. What else? Representation is important. When generations of white supremacy have kept black folks in proportional representation in the highest offices of all levels of government, undoubtedly it means something to us when one of us shatters a glass ceiling, clearing space for others to follow. However, that fire that burns in the streets of cities across the country will not be put out simply by putting a black name on the ticket. Without transformative policy, representation alone is sufficient. That's very white supremacist of you to suggest that the extent of what black women have to offer is representation. That a white woman, an ex-Republican, a woman who racially appropriated a whole nother fucking identity for 70 years, never did shit for the identity that she claimed, is gonna fucking be more of a revolutionary than the black woman? That's insulting. That's insulting. That's actually appalling. The white woman that got rid of 8% of her black ass staff as soon as she dropped the fuck out is going to be our white queen? Y'all are weird. Y'all are weird as fuck if you believe that. You're delusional. But maybe that's the point. Maybe the point is to have somebody in there that you can fucking complain about. Maybe that's what you're looking for. To keep your industry alive. But we know y'all love to drag black women. I don't even know why the fuck you feel like you would need to have a white woman in there to complain about, because y'all complain regardless. If Democrats' response to the reckoning against systemic racism is simply to nominate a black woman for vice president, no matter her politics, they will affirm the skepticism of young and progressive voters and rob this country of another opportunity to enact the sweeping changes needed for our communities to thrive. Voters want, and America needs, someone who has shown the courage to take on corrupting forces of racism and greed Warren has. No, the fuck she hasn't. She literally has not. And you're full of fucking donkey shit to fucking sit up there and lie to people about it. Now, I don't know if you're lying because it's profitable to lie. I don't know if you're lying because you're fucking delusional. I don't know if you're lying because she blew smoke up your ass, up your black ass, but you're lying. That did not fucking happen. Your receipts of speeches and listening don't amount to shit. I can't fucking cash that check. I think my husband said it best. She writes IOUs. That's all she has. She don't have no fucking check. You can't cash that check. I would be embarrassed if I were you. Let's have a conversation. Any of y'all welcome to come have a conversation with me. Because I ain't never scared. I don't give a fuck about your blue check. I don't give a fuck about your approval. I don't give a fuck about whatever title you want to give yourself. I don't give a fuck about you going viral over a sign. I don't give a fuck. Let's have an honest conversation because you bullshitting me. And I don't like to be bullshitted. I'm not fucking stupid like you think we are. It's embarrassing that you really enjoy smoke up your ass that much that you write a whole fucking full of shit article about a white woman that's done nothing but give speeches and listen to a couple of black motherfuckers and rewrite her plans or have her assistants do it, and get rid of 8% of her black fucking staff as soon as she loses 19 out of 19 races and drops the fuck out of the primaries after getting 5% of the black vote, and that's your white queen. That's embarrassing. I'm embarrassed for you. But actually, I'm going to end on this note because I've been at this for a while. But I'm going to end on this note. And I hope that you guys can hear this audio. I really do. Because I'm just going to take it from Elizabeth Warren. Elizabeth Warren was given a perfect opportunity to demonstrate her commitment to tackling systemic racism. We all know that having Iowa and New Hampshire go first in the Democratic primaries definitely is a hindrance to black people, people of color. All of them had to drop out prior to Iowa. And we know that Iowa is not representative of the demographic of the Democratic Party, right? We know that. Julian Castro said as much. But here's what Elizabeth Warren had to say. So this is what I'm saying. I need to see receipts. I don't care about what you say when you're talking to the blackies. Anybody can humor you. You think white people sit up there and tell you, well, some people will. Trump don't give a fuck. But some people, most people, they know how to just placate you, blackies. Let's have some tea, blackies. Don't you feel special? You having tea with my white ass? Oh my God. Now you're going to love me forever. But I'm going to take it from Elizabeth Warren. Because this is what she said when she was asked about something very easy. Because she didn't win Iowa. She didn't win New Hampshire. She was third place in Iowa. And New Hampshire, was she fifth or was she fourth? Let me look it up. I like to be accurate. I know I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th. You know, like Dave Chappelle, 5th. Let me look it up. I'm almost certain that she came in 5th in New Hampshire. So that really makes no sense. That really makes no sense. Why she was so hesitant. Oh no, she came in 4th. It was a piddly little 9.2% share. But she did come in 4th. Okay, that's fine. She was nowhere near winning New Hampshire or Iowa. She didn't know that though at the time. Bless her heart. But this is the last thing I'm gonna leave on my last train of receipts. We've talked about her getting rid of 8% of her black staff. Let's just talk about this one last thing. When faced with the opportunity to be an ally, to tackle systemic racism within the Democratic primary process, which she, as a prominent person running for office, would have the ability to influence in theory. This is what she had to say. Let me go ahead and go to this.
Speaking about racial injustice, do you think the order of the primary states should change? You have Iowa and New Hampshire.
Wait, let me just, before you finish, are you actually going to ask me to sit here and criticize Iowa and New Hampshire?
No.
Did y'all hear that? Let me know if y'all hear that so I can continue going. But she said, wait, are you going to sit up here and ask me to criticize Iowa and New Hampshire? Now, mind you, she's in South Carolina, okay? Somebody post a comment if you heard what that clip just said. Do me a favor and just confirm. Y'all heard it? Is that yes? Okay, perfect. So she said, wait, are you going to sit up here and ask me to insult Iowa and New Hampshire in front of these black motherfuckers? You know that they can still hear me. I know I'm in front of you blackies today, but Iowa and New Hampshire can still hear me. I know the fuck you don't think I'm going to insult them just because I'm in front of a bunch of you black ass motherfuckers, right? Okay. Let's go back. Let's go back to the clip.
I'm asking about the order.
No, that is what Iowa
But
and New
let me
Hampshire are
just
all about.
ask.
That is what Iowa and New Hampshire are all about? They're all about the order. Okay. I see you, Liz.
They're two of the whitest states in the country. And then we moved to South Carolina with a very significant population of people of color. And it means the candidates spend so much of their time catering to those first two states. Overall, do you think that should change?
Look, I'm just a player in the game.
I'm just a player in the game. So, this white lady, I don't know who she is, I'm going to be honest with you. She lays out what's problematic about the order of New Hampshire and Iowa. She says, well, it's very white, and it comes before these diverse states. Don't you think that's a little unfair? Don't you think that should change? She said, I'm just a player in the game. Well, I'll be goddamn. These black motherfuckers on the Washington Post just sat up there and told us that Elizabeth Warren is our fucking Rosa Parks. Elizabeth Warren is going to sit her white ass in that seat on their bus and say, no, bitch, I will not go to the back of the bus for you motherfuckers. No, not until you let all the black motherfuckers sit right here. Really? That's what I was just told. It don't sound like y'all consistent. It don't sound like y'all consistent. It don't add up. Just a player in the game. Remember that. Remember that. So she's offered, I'm for big structural change. But that's an asterisk. When your black ass get into it, hey, no, I was just playing. But let's go back. I'm going to rewind just a little bit. I'm going to rewind it just a little bit. Let me see. Come on. Come on. Is it coming up? Shit, it's supposed to be saving. Oh, okay. Let me try this. Oh, shit. I ain't. Okay, hold on. Child, I'm fucking up. All right. I done fucked up the church's money. Talking shit. Where my logo babe? Good Lord. All right. Let me see. Is this gonna work? Let me try one more time. Okay, let me put in a new thing. The interviewer is an anchor on Headline News on YouTube. Okay, that's good. That's real good. Let me try this. Browser source. Let me try this. Chair. Okay, I'm getting confused. All I wanted was just this damn shit to work. Come on, Leech. All right, I might not be able to get the video to work, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play the audio again.
I'm just a player.
Overall, do you think that should change?
Look, I'm just a player in the game on this one. And I am delighted to be in South Carolina. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You,
oh shit, this raggedy shit. I really wish that y'all could have seen this video of how motherfucking indignant she was. She was indignant. She really got Miss Millie on you, child. She was not fucking playing. She was not happy about it. How dare you? You know you're not gonna ask me to sit up here and insult. I know you're not gonna sit up here and ask me to insult. What you call it? Nobody said that you had to insult anybody. Nobody said that. What you talking about? Girl, that ain't what nobody said. She just said, should it be in the same order? Let me try it one more time, chat, because I really want y'all to see display capture. Okay, let me try this. Oh, shit. All right. Chat, I'm going to try this shit. And let me just go back.
And I'm just a player in the game on this one. And I am delighted to be in South Carolina. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You,
You see how she threw that hand up? She was pissed.
Thank you. Yeah.
Speaking about racial...
Child. That's your white queen, though. So listen, I think that I've demonstrated very clearly. Thank y'all for sticking with me. It went on a little bit longer than it needed to, but I just had a lot of shit that I had to say. I thought I had dragged her enough times, but apparently the fuck not. But here is the thing. I just think it's ridiculous with all the evidence. I'm not talking about Elizabeth Warren blow the smoke up your ass. I'm talking about the data. I'm talking about the video. I'm talking about areas in which she could have been an ally and she chose not to be. Y'all don't even look at none of that shit, do you? The white gays. I don't need the white gays. I got pin on the wall. I got a lot of shit going on. I don't need the white gays shit. But just marinate on that. You know how you let your wine air out? Marinate on all this shit, yeah. I don't have a problem if you support Elizabeth Warren. I don't have a problem with Elizabeth Warren as a person. She's not my white queen. She's not my Rosa Parks. That's why I have a shirt that says no. You know, like, you know what Sophia, she got sick of Miss Millie shit. She said, I said, hell nah. That's what I'm saying. Hell nah. Miss Millie could sit up here, turn her motherfucking nose up. You black bitches gonna do what I tell you to do. And guess what? I ain't gonna be Miss Sophia because I love Miss Sophia, Chad, but I wouldn't have been with Miss Millie. Miss Millie would have been dead, okay? But I'm just saying, if I had to be with Miss Millie for that long, eventually one day I would have got fed up with her shit, okay? And I would have said, hell no! So that's what I'm saying to y'all. Nah. Reese Colbert, 2000 motherfucking 20. Period.